Hi, everyone. Let me get situated here while we wait for everyone to join. Oh, how exciting. Grab the paper towels. Need some venting for the air. Okay. All right, say hi when you come in. Hi, Misty. I'm going to get my phone going here for the live so I can see the chats because I'm kind of away from the laptop. So give me a quick second to pull up our live. And I'm not seeing it. There we go. Okay. How you doing, Misty? Hi, Tamara. Just getting everything ready to go here. Okay. How's your Saturdays going so far? All right. Say hi when you come in so I know you're there. Just getting things set up. Oh, I hate colds, especially this time of year. Hope you get better soon, Misty. Are you up north? All right, I got my gloves on. Okay, we have a couple of cups to do, second parts tonight, so I'm just kind of waiting for everybody to come in and I can walk it through. Hi, Chris. Oh, you're in Florida. Oh, yeah. Colds are so hard to get over down here. I don't know why. Probably got it from Walmart. Can y'all hear me okay? Because I have the microphone. Like I said, I'm a little further away from my laptop this time, and I moved the microphone to compensate, I hope. And I'm going to turn down my volume because I don't want to hear myself talk. Okay, can everybody hear me okay? Great. Thank you, Tamara. Thank you, Chris. Okay. I know we had a bunch of people that said they were coming, so we're going to give them a couple minutes here. So tonight we're doing a couple of cups, but in the meantime, I can show you just some catch-ups. I know Lisa was asking, and I was hoping she would join tonight. She was asking about doing anything with plastic. And I had posted a picture, but it doesn't really do it justice, of the 16 ounce. This is the 16 ounce plastic tumbler that has a plastic lid with a straw. So it's just plastic. See if it'll show. Yeah, just a plastic cup. This happened to be the clear one. And so we're doing kind of what we're doing here on this cup today, except in the geode, you rub off the paint. So basically, you do the glitter, like you see there, the base coat, and you use your epoxy, and then you spray paint a couple of layers of colors. You know, in this case, I use black on the first coat, and then I put kind of a teal, and then I used a white on my top coat. And then I rubbed off these areas that you want to see. And you can use acetone, which works a lot better, I think, than the alcohol, the rubbing alcohol does. But either one will remove your paint. Okay. And then once you get those spots the way you want them, then I came back with my alcohol inks and I rubbed around and created that look. And then I epoxied. So I sealed it and epoxied. I sealed with just a clear spray paint so my ink won't spread. But you know, I've had this cup. I use it myself. This is I've had this about a year now, I think, a year plus, and I've been using this one, and I haven't had any trouble with it. Now, before I started anything, I took a light grit sandpaper and just kind of rubbed around it just to give it some grit, you know, tooth when you put the resin on. Hey, Missy. Yes, we are having bipolar weather. I was hot the other day and I actually had the air conditioner on, and now today it's kind of crazy. It's like, okay, now I got my windows open and we're almost too cold. And then of course the rain yesterday, so I'm sorry that we had to delay a day, but I felt like it was better because it was just too moist in the air to make anything work right, so I didn't want to take that chance. So thanks for joining tonight. Okay, and then my beehive cup is done. So I took some pictures and put that on the live. So there's Don't Worry, Be Happy. I just thought that was cute. And I got my little hives. And again, that's the glitter and the two glitters I showed you, the honeycomb and the gold. And once that layer was done, then I came back with my vinyl and put my vinyl all over it. And then I spray painted. And then I came back with my alcohol inks. And I just used, in this case, I used the honeycomb ink from Tim Holtz. And then I came back and put on my, I sealed the inks, and then I put on my water slides, and then I epoxied. So I got that done. So I've been busy this week. And I appreciate seeing all of your work. Awesome stuff you guys are coming out with. Oh, hey, Brenda. No, you're not late. I'm just catching them up on the stuff I've done, waiting for people to come in. I know we had a bunch of people that said they wanted to come to the lives. Which reminds me, did anybody get a notification this time? Did you set, because I gave information on how to set that? Oh, good. Okay. Yeah, it's funny because I don't recall setting that specifically on any of the other lives I've ever seen pop up. So I don't know if it's something that Facebook did differently or not, but appreciate the people that pointed that out. The combs are on wrong. How are the combs on wrong? And she apparently wasn't able to control her frustration with that, I take it. I don't know. How are the combs wrong? I always do the flats. Points are supposed to be up. Ah, well. You know, I like to be different. It looks symmetrical to me that way. You always have a critic, right? Okay. All right, so I have the bucket. You're not seeing my face because I have the bucket set up. I'm going to put my phone down, and I can hopefully see some chats as we go along here. All right. So what we've got tonight is the second half, right? So you all remember the first part. We just put the glitters on. These were the 3 glitters we used, and I can show you the colors again at the end. Okay. And we just did this on an epoxy. That's it. Nothing else happened to it. It's been sitting here waiting for part 2. And then what we're going to do is I've got a bucket. I happen to use a 5-gallon bucket because I have room to work with. But whatever you have that gives you room to dunk in your product works just fine. And I filled it with water. So I've got plastic everywhere because I'm on the end of, I'm by my doorway so I can have some air ventilation here. And yeah, Misty, I see the same thing. I mean, that's how Cricut, the Cricut image has honeycombs, and that's how I got my cut, and they were all flat as well. Okay, and then so I have picked out 4 colors that I happen to like for our painting tonight. So this one is, what color is you? Oasis Blue, okay. So I've used it a few times, so the cup is kind of colored, but Oasis Blue is one. And then I use this pretty Blue Ocean Breeze. Okay, I think this will go real nicely with these blues and the little copper color. I've got a white, and I've got this kind of a royal true blue, they call it. Okay, and we're going to use all 4 of these colors, and I'm going to spray them just directly into the pot, into the pot of water. Okay, no particular order, and you just kind of spray until, I've already shaken these, you just kind of spray them in there until you see that you have enough paint. And then what I need is, where did I just set my tool? Oh, I've got a little tool here that when you're ready, then you just kind of lightly swirl them around before you put your cup in. Okay, that helps get the design going. And I have some paper towels on the side here so that when I pull out the cup, I'm able to grab any of the drips. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do here, is just start spraying. I'm glad I got the window open. This should have been a daytime live. Daytime soap opera. Well, some of those groups, Chris, I tell you, are just so drama driven. I just don't care for it. Very few groups I stay in anymore, or I'm active in anymore because of that. I feel like I have enough drama, and so do y'all in your regular days. Why do I need to play that? Okay. Double spray here. And you can spray along the sides if you feel like, you know, you're not getting enough color mixed in. Definitely want more of this darker color. See, I'm glad I got my plastic up. I just sprayed it. And you just spray until you're happy with what you see. And then, like I said, you gently swirl it. So I'm going to put a little bit more of that in there. Okay. All right, so we've got a nice little mix in there. Okay, now I'm just going to gently swirl around. Get kind of a going there. Okay, and then I'm just going to take my cup, and I like to go in at a slight angle. And you can turn it as you're going in. But you don't want to disturb the water. You want the paint to soak on there, so you want to kind of move it a little slower. And then when you're ready, what I do is I swirl, get that paint out of the way, and pull it back out. Because if you don't move it out of the way, it's going to get all over everything. And look how gorgeous that is. And you can see some of the glitter popping through in there. Okay, and I've got my cup, or my paper towel here. And what you want to do now, we're going to have to let this dry completely. So I usually set them, because I've got paint there, I set it back. That's why I've got my arm on. I can set it back now on the cup turner, and I'll let them dry. What do you think? Yeah. Yeah, Brenda, it can be addicting. So I give you all warnings on that one, because this is a lot of fun. Okay, let me get a close-up. So you see that glitter popping through? Isn't that cool? Now when this dries, you just epoxy it like normal. Put your resin on. You're intimidated by the Hydro Dip, Brenda? Different spray paint colors. Okay. I'll take the plunge, literally, because it is fun. And if you don't like it, just wipe it off. You know, just use your acetone and wipe it back off. Ooh, I just lost my live on my phone. How come? Okay, so I'm gonna step away from the camera for a second. I gotta set this down real quick so I don't lose it. Because like a dork, I didn't open this cup up. All right, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna step out, hang it about here for now because I got a little post out here. All right. Okay, so now I'm going to move the camera, so hang on with me. Okay. And you're up in the air. Okay. Hey, everybody. All right, let me just get my tripod on, and then I'm going to move you over to, sorry if you're air sick. Okay, now I'm going to move you back over to the Dragon Cup. We're going to get started on that. There we go. Sound over. Okay. Alrighty, here I come. So yay, that was fun, right? We did good there. And I don't know why it kicked me out of my live. Might be my network on my phone. This thing sucks at the house. Alrighty. And I don't know if everybody caught what I wrote in the description. I just wanted to mention that I love teaching and I love helping others go, and improve on their craft or their business. Just remember, I am a starving artist, so if you can share out my Etsy shop or my page and the group, help expand our group, please do. That all helps me, so I appreciate it. Okay, enough of that. You've reused the water, but you have to make sure. Yeah, you can use a coffee filter. You can actually just use, right now, I can run a paper towel along the top and it'll take all that other paint out of there. Okay, that's a nice thing. That stuff sticks to anything. It's kind of just a sticky mess right now. Oh, you missed it? Yeah, Brenda, you can go back and watch the beginning of that. I gave people time to join, and then I just kind of didn't want to hold on too long. Sorry about that. It's cold water, Christine. You don't need the warm water. I just used cold water out of my faucet outside, filled up that bucket and brought it in, and then just use whatever colors you want to use. No special spray paints. I mean, I just happen to have the Rust-Oleums. I like those. I have a few Krylons. But if the spray paint that you're getting is something you like to use on a quality product and you want to, like furniture or something, then you're safe using it in your products for your business. That's how I look at it. If it's cheap paint and you're not happy with its coat, when you're putting it on something, then you definitely don't want to put it on your cups and stuff because it's not going to get any better. Okay. All right, so today what we're doing is we're finishing our Dragon Cup. This is part 2 of the Dragon Cup. And, let me grab those scales. I'll show you. Okay, so what I did to make these scales, I got a file. Somebody was selling it on Etsy, pretty reasonable, so I bought it. But you can make them. You can get them on Google. It's a dragon scale. I think some of them are used for mermaids as well. But anyway, I do a full cut of a 12 by 12 on cardstock, just regular cardstock, black. And I actually ended up using about a 12 and a half plus another 6 inches worth of scales. So what they look like is that. Okay, see if you can kind of see it with my glove behind it. So it's got that little pointy part to the bottom of the scale, or the top of the scale, and it's got the round part there. So how I put these on is, I think of it this way: the top of the cup to me is the head of the dragon, the bottom is the tail of the dragon. So if I look at it that way, then to me it makes sense that you put the scales so that the round, the round part here is facing down. So then you just overlay them, okay? And in this case, I use Mod Podge. You can use double stick tape. You can use spray, adhesive, whatever works best for you. This is something I do when I'm just watching a movie or something, because I just sit there with my tray and dip and apply and dip and apply. So it's really not, this takes time. This probably took me a couple of nights worth to get done. So yeah, I use just regular cardstock. That's a good question. Let me look at the package and see if it tells me the weight. £65, 25 sheet. This is a Park Lane brand, but I just get whatever's on sale for the scrapbooking. So it's a nice weight and smooth. You don't want texture, because that texture will remain and it might show through. So you don't want a textured cardstock. Okay. All right, and then now what I'm going to do, because it's a dragon, I always think of them as having like multiple colors on them that, you know, their scales shimmer and move in the light. So for me, I like to get the pigment changing colors. And this is, again, on Amazon. And it is greens and blues and golds and purples. So you can kind of see as I move the bag, there's purple. I mean, how cool is that, right? There's gold, kind of greeny, a little bit of blue right there on the purple. So this will be fun. As soon as you hit it with epoxy, or with the resin, you're gonna see those colors. So this is a lot of fun. Now, the other thing I want to mention, you can use white and you can use black cardstock. I mean, that's up to you. But be aware, if you're using things like this kind of pigment color change, you need to read the information about them, because some will show you what it looks like on white, which is radically different than what it looks like on black. So you just need to make certain that the look that you're going for is what you want, depending on the white or black cardstock that you choose. Okay? For me, I like the black. It pops. All right, so we're going to load up these syringes here and get our epoxy measured out. So how's everybody's Saturday going so far? Oh, poster board? Yeah, that would work. That's a nice and thick weight. It doesn't come apart when you glue it and stuff, so that's good. You know, if you get it too thin, then I think what happens is it'll kind of dissipate or dissolve in the adhesive, and you don't want that. It's funny watching it on my cell. You got a delay over here from the actual live on my laptop. It's a little distracting, but I found it's easier now to see your comments. Oh, you're babysitting, Chris? Are they friends, or are they like grandbabies? I start on the bottom, Chris, or who asked that? Becky? Yeah, I start on the bottom and I move my way up to the top of the cup, because to me it's easier to get to the top and then cut it, trim it, and I can fill in like half scales on the bottom when I start, if that makes sense. And I'll tell you another secret. If after you get done with your scales, I've seen people do this and they get upset because they find out they didn't cover very well. They can see the cup. Well, if you're using black or white, just use spray paint. Fill it in with your spray paint. Once you put this kind of color into your epoxy, you're not going to notice the difference between that little spot on the cup exposed versus the scale. Okay, as long as it's not a big area. And if it's a big area, just go back with your scales and fix it. Oh, grandson, 4 years. Oh, yeah, that's a great age. That is a lot of fun. My mom and dad and I decided this year we would pick angels off the tree, since we don't have little ones anymore to buy for. And that was a lot of fun. The little boy was 7, and he asked for a bicycle and a soccer ball and Pokemon. So we got him those, and I just wish we could have seen his face when he woke up to see that bicycle. Of Growing up in Florida, I tell you, that was the best Christmas presents ever, was getting like skateboards, bicycles, because we could go right outside and play right away. And then the little girl, she was 6, and she had asked for babies and Barbie dolls. So we had a blast getting her all these babies and blankets and stuff. We haven't done that in so long. We got her like a baby size, playpen and stroller and all that. Yeah, I bet it does keep you hopping. That's the part I'm not used to anymore, I would imagine, running after the little ones again. Neither of my girls, I don't think, will have children unless they adopt. So, and neither are in a relationship where they could, say that they're getting ready to do that. So I don't know if that's ever going to be in my stars, but that's okay. My youngest actually has a service dog, and I always laugh and say, that's my grandbaby right there. I like fur babies. Oh yeah, Christmas morning is the best. Okay, so I've got that all mixed up. I actually need something to pull this out. Hang on a second, let me grab a spoon. Just gonna get a glitter spoon and help pull out the pigment, because they send them in these little bags. There's not enough here for me to put it in a little container. But that's okay, this stuff lasts forever. Okay. Whoop. I think the exciting thing to me always with this is I put it into the resin and I start mixing, and then you can see the color changing. It's like, holy cow, that's cool. So, okay. Let me get this just stirred a little bit. All right. So you can kind of see it starting to change already. Seeing that gold. I see the purple. That's really cool. This is going to look awesome. And then on our sister group, Imagine, the Imagine Dream and Create VIP, they have files that they offer you for free. And she has a whole file grouping of dragon eyes. So I'm trying to decide, and I was waiting to decide until I got it covered to see what color eyes I wanted to use. But she's got some really cool ones out there. And I'm excited. I tell you, we've been working already on getting some information on our cruise for next year, and I'm excited to say it looks like we're going to be able to put a nice package together. I don't know with what group yet, what ship line, but we did tell them we'd like it to go out of Port Canaveral over there by Cocoa Beach. And she said that they can put packages together for people for flights, and they can also arrange to have people picked up at the airport. So we're working on all that. Can you use the color? Yeah, you can use the color changing paint. I've seen that too. I have some. I just haven't. This is just for me fun, so I haven't used it. But yeah, I have seen them done with the color changing paint, and it comes out beautiful. You can get those, I know, at Hobby Lobby too. I think Michael's has them in Hobby Lobby. Okay, so let me set this down somewhere that it won't stick. Here we go. Oh, all right. Now, here comes the fun part. Oop, helps if I turn it on. Okay, drum roll. This is so fun. Let's see how it starts to come to life. Oh my gosh, this is cool, you guys. Ooh, how fun. This makes sitting there putting all these scales on worthwhile. I've always been a sci-fi addict, and so I love doing the dragons. Game of Thrones, oh man, that is an awesome show. The Hobbit. Dragonheart. I think I've seen them all. So for those of you who are in Florida, we were watching the news tonight. I just have to share kind of a funny, sad story. My parents used to live over in Haines City in in a retirement village over there called Sweetwater Golf and Tennis. And I've recently moved them over here to be, with me. So they moved in with me. And they were watching the news tonight, and they just found out that there was a murder there. So we were just talking to our friends, finding out what was going on, but it was just like tragic. I'll tell you, there are some hotheads in these senior groups. Okay, I need some more resin. So I have to change out my glove. How cool is that, though? Yeah, the cruise is going to be so much fun, Chris. I'm really looking forward to setting that up with everybody. And it'll be a lot of fun to meet everybody in person. That's always fun. I work full-time on the phone telecommute. So the people I work with are all over the country, and I rarely see them in person. But when I do, they never look like I imagined. It's always kind of a funny thing for me, because you just kind of naturally put a picture in your head of what they look like when you're talking to them. Okay, how much more do I need? I'm going to do about 5. Now, I didn't put, and some people might, I did not choose to put scales on the very bottom of the cup because I feel like it makes it wobbly or not stable or something. So I just paint it black, leave it solid, and I'll put this color on the bottom. And some people, might differ, but it's just my preference. I like to make sure a cup is stable, isn't going to wobble on you. Okay, that thicker stuff is so hard to measure sometimes. Okay, put my stick back. Oh, put my glove on. Yeah, have you ever been on a cruise, Vicki, at all? Oh, that's a good deal. Ackmore. What kind of resin are they selling? Yeah, feel free to post those sales when you guys find them. I know somebody did with the cups. I appreciate that. Kathy put the other cups in there as well, and I bought those. Okay, yeah, I took a cruise once with a girlfriend right after I was done with my chemo treatments, about a month after I was done with chemo. It was a big celebration for me, so we had a lot of fun. We went down to the Caribbean, got into some trouble. Yeah, we've got a lot of people between the two groups now. I'd say just us. I'd say about 100 people, and I'm figuring people might want to bring a partner, friend, what have you, with them. So I'm telling the cruise folks to quote us on these prices. So we're roughly right now we're about 100 people just in our group, and like I said, if you add another person that they want to bring, you're looking at maybe about 200 people. Evirotex. Oh, okay. I've used that. I can't use that one because I have definitely had major reactions to it. That's just me. And I don't know what the difference is in terms of why that and not some of the others so badly, but I just kind of switched brands once I realized that. But again, that's just me. Everybody's different. I'm trying to see, work out a deal. I sent off some communiques with some of our vendors that I know we all use. And so I'm hoping that I can get some of them to participate in the live and or give us a discount on their products kind of thing. So I'll keep you posted on that. Lord knows I help enough of those products out by showing you some of that stuff. So they could do us a kind and give us a discount. Okay, I am in love with this color. I mean, love, 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 love. This is awesome for dragon. I'll bring that camera closer so you can see how shimmery it is. I just love it. Good choice. The last one I did that just sold was purple and blue. Had purples and blues shimmering in it, and she was funny. I had it at the show and it was on the table, and I mean, she almost came running over and, I gotta have that cup. I just love seeing people's expressions when they see something they like that. It makes you feel good. That's all the validation as a artist you need. When I had so many people come in and just really admire some of my artwork, paintings and stuff, and that was my first show I did a couple years ago, and I was just speechless. I mean, the way people reacted to seeing my artwork, I was really enamored by the whole thing. I just could not believe it. Very humbled. Okay. And it helps when they buy it from you too. Like is nice, but money's better. Lets me keep doing it, right? Okay. Alrighty, so we got these guys. Actually, I think what I'm gonna do, hold that. Put them all in here. Nice little pocket. There we go. Let me throw this away, and I will be right back. Alrighty. Okay, so let's get you a little closer. See if you can see it better. Look down. There we go. Look at those colors. How cool. How cool, cool. All right. Just want to torch this real quick. Get the bubbles out. Now, I think I mentioned, but I wanted to remind everybody, you know, before I put the resin on, because it's paper, I do like to seal it with either a clear coat or, you know, because it's black, white on white, you know, just something to help seal the paper a little bit. I like to make sure that it's not going to come up on me or anything. So that just kind of keeps it secure. Yeah, Lisa, it is, isn't it? It's really going to be pretty. Okay, so go into, you know, our sister group, the Imagine, Create, Dream, Create. I tend to get those backwards. I apologize if I've got it wrong. And go into, they have files in there, and then you just kind of go through and search. You can do a search, and she has a folder called Dragon. I can capture a link if I can find it after the live. I'll post it. But she's got a ton of files in there, artwork and stuff that you can download. Okay, and then, so what I didn't show y'all yet is a new cup I kind of done. I decided, I think, who was it that was asking me about doing fabric cups with the zipper and stuff? I can't remember who that was, but somebody was asking. So I don't like doing fabric cups. I don't like the idea, but what I did instead was the glitter zipper cup. That was pretty cool, and that was the first time I've done it, so I wanted to show you what I've done so far. All right, so let me move this over so I can see. Okay, here we go. Hi, everyone. Okay. So I'm gonna kind of put you there. So it's a flamingo color here. And I just put the first coat of epoxy, so it needs another one. And then it's the black glitter. I mixed it in with silver and a little white to help make it kind of pop. And this is the real zipper. Okay, so it is part of this one. I couldn't get one small enough. So you just, when you can't get them small enough, you just want to take your sewing machine or hand stitch across the zipper line, okay, to keep it from falling apart on you. And then I cut right below that stitch. And then I put that on the bottom of the cup right down here. And then I tacked it down with just, you could use super glue, whatever you have that you can glue it down with, okay? But I did the black first. So I just drew a line to make a V, and I did the black glitter first, and then I put my zipper on, and then I came in after and did the flamingo pink. And I just got done putting the first epoxy layer on it, and then I'm going to decorate the cup, and then I'll put another layer of epoxy on it. So I just wanted to show you another kind of look. Oh, I can never get this backwards. There we go. So that's pretty much what I had going. Like I said, I'm happy everybody showed me what they had, what they're working on. A lot of creativity in this group. Appreciate seeing it. Thank you, Lisa. Okay, any questions? I think moving it to Saturday night, we didn't have as strong a group come to the live, but hey, Misty, yeah, never been on a cruise, but hubby and you travel to the Caribbean every year to a different country. We always stay at Sandals. Oh, okay. You know, Sandals is not a place I'll go just because I'm not a couple or anything, but it sounds like a nice places. Yeah, I think cruises, like I said, I just took the one, and I have a friend that cruises all the time, but that one cruise was just phenomenal. I had so much fun. We never even saw the whole boat. We were on it a week, and I can tell you, we still didn't get time to see everything on that boat. Just humongous. Lots of activities to do too. And a lot of drinking, because I bought the drinking package. All righty. Well, if there's no questions, that's all I had to show you. Anything that you want to think about that you want to see on another live, let me know. And hopefully some others will start doing some lives. I'd love to see it. And like I said, help me out, you know, share our page, share our group. My Etsy store is out there as well. Some people love to see the creativity but don't want to invest in it or do it. Alaska is my place, kind of my bucket list. So I'm kind of thinking that maybe I'll do that. I'm kind of a toss-up. I was thinking I'd go up to Alaska when I graduate with my master's in August. If I don't do that, then the other option will be I'm going to potentially buy an RV and go to national parks, things like that, and start crossing them off my list. But one day I will be in Alaska and check that place out. I did a cup for, I don't know if anybody's seen the show Below Zero. Has anybody seen that? Yeah, Alaska looks like it is beautiful. But Below Zero is a show they do on Nat Geo. And there's all these different people that live in Alaska and all the areas that they live in, from the most upper north area, which is Sioux, yeah, and down to some of the lower southern areas, which is an actual Alaskan woman and her family, which I love seeing them do stuff. So all kinds of activity with these people, and dog sledding. As a matter of fact, the guy that just joined that show last year just did the Iditarod with his dogs. So that was pretty cool to watch. And it was all through the show, you're watching him train his dogs and get them ready for the show and everything. But anyway, I digress. So the gal that Sue, who is up in the furthest northern reach, I made her. Yeah, she is awesome. She's my fave. So I sent her a cup. She wanted the mountains and her fox and everything. So I did this really cool cup with the mountain scene and everything in it. So it was kind of neat. It's kind of neat to think she's got my cup up there. But she is really down to earth and just hilarious. I love watching her. Yeah, I got to show you the color on this cup again. This is so cool. There we go. Look at that. And as the light hits it, I wonder, let me go get my flashlight. I bet it's right here, right behind us. Hang on a second. Let me see if you can get some. Oh, there we go. Look at that. That is so cool. So you can kind of see some of those color changes. Awesome. That mica was, here's the, I'll give you the label, but it's green, blue, gold, and purple. And I got it on Amazon. Okay. All right, folks, that's all I have for tonight. We got through those 2 cups pretty darn quick. All right, any other questions? Okay, well, have a good rest of your weekend, and I might do some day lives, on the weekend going forward. I don't know, we'll see. Maybe we'll catch more people available to attend. Oh, you're welcome, Lisa, my pleasure. Have a good rest of your night. Thank you, everyone.